So hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video we're gonna talk about some things you should consider before you came here to this amazing place, to Ecuador. So yeah, I live my whole life here and also meet some people from other country and they helped me to do this video with some recommendations and things that they didn't know and they wanted to know before they come here. So yeah guys, let's go to the video. Okay guys, so the first thing you should consider here before you came to Ecuador is our language and our currency. Here in Ecuador we speak Spanish, Español, so yeah, it's really important to you to know this, and also you can practice your Spanish or you can learn some words in Spanish, because here most of the people are gonna talk in Spanish. They don't know English, and also other language are more difficult that people know. For example, English, you can find some people that speak English but is know in a high level. So yeah, the first thing you have to know is the language. Ecuadorian people are really friendly and really nice, but you can know the people if you don't know the language. So practice your Spanish or bring with you a translation app or things like that to help you with that. The other thing is our currency. Here in Ecuador, we use dollars, so this is important for you to know this. And talking about money, it's important to mention that you should bring with you small bills. Here in Ecuador, it's really difficult that people accept, for example, 100 bill or 50 bills. 20 bill is the higher bill that here in Ecuador people gonna accept you. So yeah, bring with you small bills, $10 bill, $5 bill, and coins, a lot of coins. This is important to mention because here the public transportation, the restaurants, the markets, they don't have a lot of change. So if you have only 20 bills, it's difficult to you to find it and they're gonna charge you more. So it's better if you can take coins with you and give the exactly price. Other thing that you should consider here in Ecuador is the use of credit card or apps, for example Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or things like that, apps that you can pay with your phone. Here in Ecuador it's really difficult that the stores accept you app phones to pay. You don't gonna find that, so you have to bring with you cash. If you have a credit card, also it's difficult because most of the place where the food is cheap and traditional, they don't accept credit cards, so it's better that you have cash. And also because the fees that hotels can charge you, it's better that you don't use your credit card. If you have your card, your bank card, and you want to take money from the ATM, it's better that you should consider Banco de Guayaquil. Some friends tell me that they don't charge you a lot, and it's the better bank where you can take money from your credit or debit card of your international bank. Okay, another thing to mention about the money. Here in culture, it's really unusual that people tip in restaurants or tip the people, so you don't have to do that. If you want to do that, it's okay, but you don't give like a really good tip. I don't know, they don't we don't know like the percent. For example, I know in other countries is the 10% of what you spend in a restaurant. Here is more like $1 is really good because people don't tip, so if you tip someone $1 is really fine. If you give you $5, they are like, oh wow, he have a lot of money. So yeah, we don't tip here in Ecuador. If you want, it's okay. The only tip that we can do is like, for example, if you rent a car here in Ecuador, because when you parking, there are always people who take care of your car and to help you to parking. I mean, they ask for money, so it's important that you have coins. And in that cases, always you have to give them, always you have to give them some coins because sometimes they get angry. So yeah, but for that reason, it's important that you have a lot of coins and small bills. The second point is the weather. Here in Ecuador, the weather is really unpredictable. and we have like two seasons, winter and summer, but it gonna depends where are you in the four regions that we have. The weather change in the four regions, and it depends when you come here and where. So make sure you investigate the place you wanna go and search for the weather. Here it's important to mention that it's really unpredictable the weather here. So, for example, it can be a really sunny morning and you think there is sunny and don't bring a jacket with you, but in 30 minutes later they can rain really hard. So, always be prepared. Ecuador, a lot of people think that it is hot, it's really hot, it's jungle, it's hot all the day, all the time. But that is not true. It depends where you are. For example, here in Quito, in the Andean region, it's more cold, but also it's sunny. So yeah, bring with you some jackets. Don't bring only uh, clothes from summer. Also bring a jacket with you and sunscreen with you also. Uh, I recommend you to take a jacket that is not really heavy with you because it can change really fast. The weather here it can be really sunny and 1 minute later start to rain really hard. But yeah, investigate before you came here where you're gonna go, how is the weather in that time. But it's important that don't trust a lot in the weather apps because here they don't work really good. It's like um, they can tell you that it's gonna be raining all the day, but no, also have sun. That's really difficult the weather here. But yeah, bring with you jacket, bring with you comfortable clothes, clothes that is not really heavy, but not like you are on the beach unless you're gonna go to the beach. Also, another thing that is important to mention about the clothes is bring with you comfortable shoes because here you're gonna do a lot of hiking. You have a lot of hiking activities on the region. Yeah, it's important that you have comfortable shoes. Food here in Ecuador are really delicious. I like a lot. You have a lot of different options. It depends the region that you want to try them. We have four regions and the food is really different in all the regions, all the cities. Make sure you give your body a time to get used to the Ecuadorian cuisine because you can get sick. So yeah, I recommend you in the first day you try to eat chicken or meat, but go to I mean not fancy restaurant, but a good restaurant and ask for almuerzos. That is a really good meal, and you can see and try how is the Ecuadorian cuisine. Then you try, for example, if you are with here the first day, I recommend you to eat like these almuerzos, and then you can try the traditional Ecuadorian food. Other thing is the weather here in Ecuador. Here, for example, in Quito, my city, I can drink water from the water tap. I always do that, I always did that, and I don't have trouble, but I live my whole life here. If you are from other country, I recommend you to boil the water. It's really important. In the big cities, you can boil the water and then you can drink the water, but don't drink the water from the water tap. And if you are in other cities, in the small towns, in the jungle, in the beach, I don't recommend you. You don't have to drink the water because you can get sick. So please, you can buy water here. The water here are really cheap. I don't know a lot of countries, but for example, I remember when I was in the US, the water was really expensive. Here is really cheap, and you have a lot of different um, waters, and they are more cheap and more fancy. But yeah, buy water and always take water with you. Okay, another thing that you should know about Ecuador is that Ecuador is cheap. It's a cheap country, but it's not the cheapest country in the world. For example, in fruit and in vegetables are really cheap, and you can find a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. So yeah, it's a really good thing. And also, if you go to the market, you can negotiate the price with the people there. I mean, to be honest, I don't like to do that because I'm not really good at do that, and I feel like feel sad from the people who work and try to pay them less is kind of weird for me. But here in our culture is really common. My mom do it a lot, my grandmother, they are really good at that. So yeah, you can negotiate the price, and also you can ask for yapa. This means that they're gonna give you some fruit extra free, or they give you something else, more fruit, or another thing, a little bit of more that you buy, but free. So yeah, as for Yapa, that is the thing that I did. I always do like, please, the Yapa, where's the Yapa? Please help me with the Yapa. So yeah. Um, but in other things, like for example, in snacks from other country, for example, if you like a specific snack of your country, bring that with you because maybe you can find here in a bigger market, but they're gonna be a lot of expensive. Also, the cloth or technology is really more expensive here. So yeah, bring with you cloth. That's the reason why I told you that you should consider to bring with you mountain shoes because here there is expensive. So bring that with you. And yeah, another thing of technology here is that we have, I'm gonna put the picture here of the plug that we have here in Ecuador. It's different from Europe. So yeah, I'm gonna put the picture here and make sure to bring an adapter to you can charge your things, your phone, your laptop, or whatever you need. The price of the hotel and the food, you can find a lot of different things. You can find expensive fancy places. You can find really cheap places. But in general, Ecuador is not expensive country. For example, the transportation here is really cheap. But here in the city of Quito and Guayaquil, and the biggest city, the public transportation are really bad, are really cheap, like 25 cents. Um, but they sucks, and you don't want to do that. So if you are here, I recommend you to take an Uber. Use these apps to transport you because sometimes taxi are kind of they're gonna charge you more because they see that you are from other country. So it's kind of dangerous. It's better that you can use Uber, because you have all the information to the driver. I mean, not Uber specific, but apps like that. So yeah, if you want to go to another city, the public transportation is okay. It's cheap. It's comfortable. I mean, it's not like, for example, I remember like 10 years ago, I went to the US, to Orlando, from Miami to Orlando. And the food was amazing for me because it was really clean, it smelled really good. You have like air to feel fresh. You have Wi-Fi. They give you like headphones. They give you like a blank. Here you don't gonna find that, but it's cheap. It's comfortable, and yeah, it's better than the public transportation into the city. But also there are other options. If you are with a lot of friends, there are like taxi to take you to the city to another city, and there is not really expensive. It's more fast. And yeah, it's another options. I'm gonna put the links down and some information here. So yeah, also if you wanna take the buses to the city to another city, and sometimes the bus stops like every 10 or 15 minutes. So if you don't want your bus stop a lot, you ask for the ejecutivo ticket. so they take you like really quick to your destination. And right now we're going to talk about the security here in Ecuador. Some people think that Ecuador is really insecure. Right now we have some trouble with gangs and with drug dealers. It's kind of that. But the good thing is in the tourist places are really secure. You don't have to worry there. For example, in the middle of the world, in the Ruco Pichincha, in Teleférico, in the Panecillo are really secure. You have to pay. For example, in the middle of the world city town, you have to pay, and in the Ruco Pichincha, you have to pay. So it's really secure. There you can be really secure. So don't be worried. But if you are walking around the streets of Ecuador and if you are taking a bus, if you are, I don't know, buying things and your hotel, the place where you are here is really close and you prefer to walk and things like that, you always have to look around. It's really important because, yeah, it's kind of insecure here, but always look around. Don't go out with, for example, you have a expensive watch, you have jewelry, you have a big purse. Don't bring that, don't show that because the people can see that and want to take you off for you. So yeah, always look around. Don't walk alone at night. Don't go if you see a place with no people. It's better that you don't walk there. You better take an Uber, like they take you $2 to go to your destination. Is more secure. But yeah, another thing, if you are with your phone, don't send a lot of messages where you are walking. Don't bring your phone a lot. Don't be with your phone. Don't be like watching memes, watching watching my videos when you are walking around the city because here they take your phone really easily. Yeah, so take care of yourself. Please always look around. Try go out with friends. Don't be in your phone a lot. And yeah, if you have an option to go with another phone that you don't have the fear to lose it, is better. But yeah, but that is in the city, in the biggest city. I recommend you some small towns that are secure, and also like I was telling you, in the tourist places, the security is not a problem. If you take public transportation in Ecuador, always take like your phone with you in the front pockets because they steal really easily, and it's really common that they steal the things on public transportation. Uh, Another thing, I don't think it happened to you, but if some people try to assault you, give them all. Give your things, give your money. It's better to lose some money that you can recover. It's better to lose some money, but your life is the most valuable thing that you can have. So if you get assault, give the money. Compare with the thief. Don't fight because they can be with guns. Yeah, it's better that you don't fight them. But I really don't think that they happen to you. A lot of people came to Ecuador and didn't have this trouble because the tourist places are secure, there are police and things like that. And also it's important that don't bring your passport with you. The original you can have a copy if you think you're gonna need it, but the original no, because they can steal your backpack and you can lose your passport. So don't do that. Recommend you to go always out with a copy. It's better you don't walk in the streets on the night because it's kind of dangerous. I mean, if you see a lot of people walking and things like that, it's okay. But for example, 10 p.m., you don't want to walk around the city. And also because here in Quito, in the towns, most of the towns, the stores close really early. they don't have like in other countries a store that open all night. That is another thing that you should consider. Here it's important to mention that we have like prepaid SIMs are really cheap. So I recommend you, if you came here, take your SIM card, save in your backpack, and buy a prepared SIM. Here the more cheap company carrier is 20. You have like combos. I recommend you the $7 combo. So yeah, you have combos and they're really cheap. But the signal is not that good. The best signal here in Ecuador is the carrier Claro. They also have combos, but they are more expensive. I don't recommend you to to contract a plan. And also, for example, another thing that you should consider here is the new phones. The new phones like iPhone. I don't know what iPhone, but I'm sure that there is one iPhone who only have eSIM, and here is more difficult to find prepaid SIM from eSIM. But I think Movistar have. So yeah guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope this video made useful for you. Please came to Ecuador with a really good nice country. The people are amazing, the food is really good. I know that you might be afraid to come because of the insecurity, but I told you the tourist places are not insecure. Nothing happened there, so that is the reason a lot of people from other countries still coming to Ecuador and enjoying this amazing country, the food, the people, all the adventure, all the flora, all the fauna. Things like really nice here in Ecuador. You can do a lot of things. You can go to a lot of places. The landscape are really good, adventures. So yeah, come here. We're waiting for you. Hope this video like you. Please give me a like, share with your friends. Come with friends to Ecuador. Please in the comments tell me what places want to see in the videos, other recommendations, any questions, please let in the comments. I'm gonna answer you.